And 3, 2, 1, and we're live. Can you tell us about some of your favorite places in Chilliwack? Some places you like to eat, or some people that you work with that you've enjoyed being around?
Yes, I want to make sure I don't miss anybody, because I did kind of put together a list of people that. Okay, so these are my favorite businesses. The Button Box, Jeannie, and I've just always loved that place because I think it's extremely well shopped for. Like, she has little things and expensive things. She has some some fairly expensive things in there. She's got some beautiful things for babies. I used to buy all my hats there because I love hats. I wear a lot of hats in the wintertime, and I have hats galore. I have a lot of shoes too, which I used to buy at the other store next door. But so I love the Button Box. I also love Cornerstone Framing because it's my friend Krista Butt, and she is such an amazing human being and makes me laugh all the time, and she does exceptional work. And of course I do a lot of framing because I paint. I'm a watercolor painter. I do acrylics. I do all sorts of art projects and things, and so I've worked with her a bit on that, and she is awesome. Minder Country Gardens has been a huge supporter for the Hospice Society and for this most recent project that we've been working on. And I think Brian Minter is probably the hardest working person I know. I'm
hoping to have him on.
Oh, you would be he's so interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. You won't get him for 3 hours, though. I guarantee you he's on a schedule. Frankie's and Earl's, Raphael Aiello. He has, I want to say, first of all, I love Earl's. I used to hang out there all the time, actually, way too much. I usually had to go home in a cab. And we had lots and lots of fun there over the years. But he is so generous to community organizations, and he doesn't like any kind of recognition for it. Like, he doesn't talk about it a lot. He's just really, really awesome. He supports all sorts of community organizations, including the Hospice Society, and he is just a great guy. Kelmore is another one, the Kirknesses. They also don't like to get a lot of recognition, and hopefully they won't be mad that I've mentioned them, but they have really helped out the Hospice Society and they've given us river rocks. We did a beautiful garden with flowers in it, and that was from Kelmore. They've also got other businesses, Western Explosives, and they have been financially supportive of the Hospice Society, emotionally supportive when we've had difficult times and things like that, with suggestions and things, and they're just awesome. Okay, and also Emil Anderson and Jerry Ann's Contracting. They're very community supportive. And that would be, Jerry Ann's, and of course I won't be able to remember his name now that I'm trying to do it. The guy, I can't remember. Anyway, it doesn't matter, but he's the guy who owns it. They're amazing. Home Hardware is the last one on my list, and that's Jeff Fortin, who is like the sweetest guy. Have you ever met him?
No.
Oh, he is like such a nice community guy. He is helpful to everyone. He used to get really involved in the car show, but he's also done things to help hospice, and they've supported us. But more, I think, when I've been going through difficult times, running into him on the street. And I mean, when I got my breast cancer, I actually put it in the paper because I thought people are going to say, because of all the trolls and all that kind of stuff, oh yeah, she's in rehab, or, she's in the, and I thought, I don't want that. I just want to get out in front of it. I'm just going to be totally awesome and honest about it and say, you know what, I'm scared to death, but this is what's going on in my life. And so if I'm missing from action for a while, that's why. And, he would be the first one to say, hey, I read about you in the paper. How you doing? And just a super, super nice guy. So if you can give your business to them, I would say you're dealing with a great person and a great family.
Yes, Len had mentioned him from the Royal Hotel. And
really?
Trying to get the piano out and operating, and I guess Fortin's and Home Hardware really supported that.
Yeah, they're just decent.
Yeah,
decent people.
Where do you like to eat in Chilliwack?
Where do I like to eat? Well, I like to eat at home these days because my husband cooks for me. But I love Earl's. I like Frankie's, not as much because I try and stay away from the carbs, and there's lots of pasta there, but they do have obviously other things. Hannah Sushi. I love sushi. Yeah. I also love Tokyo Grill, which is now in the Royal Hotel.
Yes.
Love that place. Love it. And the lady who runs it, I've forgotten, I think her name is Margaret or something. Anyway, super, super sweet. And she really loves my oldest daughter, which, of course, anybody who loves my children gets like 2 extra points.
Yes. Can you tell us a bit more about the orthotics work that your daughter does?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Haley graduated from university and she has social degree of some sort. I've forgotten what it's called. Of course, not being a person that really loves school that much. Anyways, she started working there. And then the person who owned it decided that, they want to get out of the business. So she went online and she did all this training to be a pathologist. And then, I hope I'm saying that right. And then she went down to Oklahoma to a place down there where you had to do like 2 weeks or 3 weeks of actual practicum stuff. And then there's all this different, she goes through all this different licenses. She got her license to be to make orthotics and to look at people's feet, and her husband is doing like knee braces, and I think they're going to get into foot care coming up in the next little while too. But they're a young couple. She's she's totally into customer service and very, very sweet. My daughter Haley, and loving.
So I think the best way to end this off is to get your idea on some of your favorite artists, because I think that the value in that is that we wake people up to some of the local art, but maybe just some artists that you've really enjoyed.
Okay, well, Cassandra Unger is Eldon Unger's daughter. Have you heard of Eldon? He used to be quite a mover and shaker in town. And I went to a showing that she had one time, and I just love her stuff. And you can look it up. It's Cassandra Unger, and it used to be Newstetter, but she, I guess, divorced, and now she's gone back to Unger. So I have several of her pieces in my house. So she's one of my favorites. I really love Monet. I don't know. I mean, I really love all different kinds of art, but it's kind of like, if you came into my house, you would say, oh my gosh, color threw up in here. Like, I love colorful, bright things in what I wear and in the art that I pick. And so I tend to pick artists that are really colorful. I like the group of 7 artists, but there's also an artist out in the Cultus Lake area, and I've forgotten who they are. Jackie Simpson used to carry a lot of this person's work in her studio, but I can't remember what the name is. But I don't know. I mean, I just love all sorts of things that are crazy and funky. If you want, I'll send you some pictures of some of the stuff that, like, I do things like I took an old, they call it a gin cupboard, and that to me is art too, right? So it's a piece of old furniture, and it's kind of, I like to restore things that are old if they're in good shape, but, it's kind of beaten up or whatever. And it's one of those ones that kind of has the bumps on the front and the glass, and, you open the door and it's got glass shelves. You've probably seen them before, the kind of turned feet, whatever. And I did a thing where I painted it like bright, smarty blue. And then I do Mod Podge on the back of the backing of it, like really bright floral fabric. And it's like wildly bright and blue and wild colors. And that's the kind of art I like. I like things that are interesting and different and bright and things that make me feel happy. That's what I gravitate towards. But I like art that makes me think too. But, as far as artists go, I don't know. Like Van Gogh a little bit, but, a little weird sometimes too. I love the irises, but then there's other pieces that I'm not that crazy about. I love, I was looking at one the other day and I can't remember. I don't really pay attention to details, like as far as names and stuff go.
Yeah. Just anything that pulls you in?
Yeah, anything that pulls me in, I'm very interested in.